Hi my dear students, I am Miss انتصار لطفي. I work in السيدة خديجة Prep School for Girls. Today we are going to discuss the grammar of Unit 5 for the third year. Okay, the grammar of Unit 5 is talking about ability and inability. Okay, we express ability and inability in past using could or couldn't plus the infinitive. هنا هنتكلم عن مقدرة أو عدم مقدرة عمل شيء فين في الماضي باستخدام could or couldn't plus the infinitive. As we know that we should put the infinitive after could and couldn't. يبقى احنا هنا نقول بقى ايه could or couldn't plus the infinitive are using for expressing ability and inability in past. Okay, let's have an example. عندي هنا بقى اول حاجة لازم اعرفها المين رول بتاعتي او القاعدة الرئيسية او الاساسية بتاعتي ان انا اول حاجة بدور عليها subject then could or couldn't plus the infinitive. Okay, let's have an example. I could swim when I was 5. I could swim when I was 5. I'm here talking about past. Okay, I express here ability using could and it followed by the infinitive of the verb swim. هنا عبرت عن المقدرة عن فعل شيء في الماضي. Let's have another example. At the age of 2 I couldn't ride a bike. هنا برضو I express inability in past. هنا برضو لازم نعرف ان احنا هنعمل mention كده ان احنا بنتكلم in past. How do we know that we are talking in the past? We are talking in the past when we use ايه لما عرفنا ان احنا بنستخدم كلمة at the age of 2. هنا بيتكلم عن حاجة حصلت في الماضي لما كان عمري 2. I use couldn't for expressing inability in past. Okay, let's have another example. When my father was a young boy, he could ride a bike, but he couldn't ride a horse. When my father was a young boy, هنا الجملة ديت بتعبر about the past. We are talking about the past. ليه عرفنا ان هو بيتكلم in past ازاي؟ هنا عبر لي عن حاجة باستخدام when. كمان هنا could expressing ايه؟ expressing ability in past followed by the infinitive. But he couldn't ride a horse. هنا I used could for expressing ability and couldn't for expressing inability in past. Okay, if we are talking about present لما نيجي نتكلم بقى عن المضارع certainty and inability we use can't be for expressing certainty and inability, but it's in present. The main rule is subject plus can't be and it should followed by adjective or a noun. Let's have an example. She has a lot of work to do. She can't be free. هي مستحيل تكون فاضية. ليه؟ she has a lot of work to do. هي عندها عمل كتير. هنا expressing a certainty by using can't be in present certainty and inability in present. Okay, when I was talking about ability and inability in past I used what? I used could or couldn't. تمام، استخدمت could أو couldn't but in general not in a specific situation أو يعني قلنا إيه ما استخدمناهوش في موقف معين، إحنا استخدمناه عامة. Okay, here we use was or were able to plus the infinitive for expressing the ability to do specific thing in past. بنستخدمهم عشان نعبر عن specific situation specific thing in past. أما could or couldn't we use them to express ability and inability in past in general, not specific. Okay, let's have an example to make it clear. طبعا هنا المين رول بتاعتي هتبقى subject was were or were able to plus the infinitive. okay, the example: the exam was difficult but I was able to answer all the questions easily. Here I'm using was able to express ability in past but in a specific situation. ايه ال specific situation اللي عندي؟ ال situation بتاعي اللي هو the exam، اللي هو الامتحان. تمام. so I use ايه؟ I use was able to. تمام. let's have an example, another example. I was able to find your book but I couldn't find mine. Here برضو I express ability in past. I used was able to find your book but I couldn't in express ability, and here we express inability. okay. طيب هنا استخدمتها عشان اعبر عن الحاجة المثبتة ان انا كنت، اللي هي الability. okay. طيب when I express inability in past for a for expressing ability inability sorry in past I use a wasn't or weren't able to plus the infinitive for a specific thing or situation in the past. okay. so we here use wasn't or weren't able to plus the infinitive, and the infinitive as we know is a verb without any additions as we know. okay. for expressing inability to do a specific thing in past. okay. في كمان عندي هنا كده نوت او ملحوظه المفروض ان احنا نكتبها كده في ورقه معانا او في النوت بوك بتاعتنا، ان we can use couldn't instead of wasn't or weren't able to. نقدر نستبدلها او نستخدم دي مكانها، اللي هي ايه؟ ان نستخدم couldn't بدل wasn't able to or weren't able to. طيب let's have some exercises to make it clear to you. okay. طبعا السؤال بتاع الريرايت كله بيعتمد، الحته اللي احنا شرحناها ديت، السؤال بتاع الريرايت بيعتمد على انك بتبص على الكلمه اللي بين البراكتس to replace it او to use it in the sentence. okay. the title here: rewrite the following using the words in brackets to give the same meaning. okay. the first one: Ali couldn't find the keys he lost. so here he wants you to use able. I will use able in the sentence, so I should omit what؟ أشيل couldn't، لأن couldn't اللي بتعبر عن عدم الاستطاعة. طيب when I use able يبقى هستخدم ايه؟ was. برافو excellent. يبقى هستخدم was or were حسب السبجكت بتاعي. لو السبجكت بتاعي مفرد I will use was، وهنا في نيجاتيف يبقى احط النيجاتيف. اوكي. I wasn't او علي couldn't find the keys he lost، يبقى احنا هنقول علي wasn't able to find the keys he lost. اوكي. let's have another one. Mariam wasn't able to do her English homework yesterday. Here he wants you to use could. برافو excellent. هنا المفروض ان احنا نستخدم could instead of wasn't able to. طيب هنا جاية النيجاتيف، يبقى بدل could هتبقى couldn't. excellent. برافو. مريم couldn't do her homework, her English homework yesterday. I used here couldn't instead of wasn't able to. wasn't able to instead of couldn't. okay. let's have another one. They couldn't finish the race last week. They couldn't finish the race last week. Here he wants you to use able. able. برافو. I will use able. قبلها عندي هنا المفروض احط ايه بقى؟ احط بعد they was ولا were؟ were. برافو. يبقى they were، وهنا في نيجاتيف يبقى نحطه النفي بتاعي they weren't able should followed by to plus the infinitive، يبقى الجملة they weren't able to finish the race last week. excellent. Okay, another one. The good fighter had the ability to put out the fire quickly. The good fighter had the ability to put out the fire quickly. Here he uses the ability, had the ability. هنا he speaks in past. okay, هنا بيتكلم في الماضي. had the ability كان لديه القدرة. okay. I want you to use able. طيب مفيش عندي كود، طب هعمل ايه؟ ادور على الكلمه اللي بتعبر عن القدره. ايه الكلمه اللي عندي في الجمله بتعبر عن القدره؟ ability. okay, but here we use the had. okay, يبقى هنقول the good fighter ده singular، يبقى احط was able to put out the fire quickly. I omit had the ability. okay. And here we finished our lesson. okay, goodbye.